Hey, it's your girl, Krystal Clark, the host of Moving with Meaning, the podcast, where actions have meaning, words have meaning, and we open up the conversations to discover what's your next move. Today is a special. This is the inaugural episode and long anticipated launch of Moving with Meaning, the podcast. I want to welcome you to the show and give you a bit of background about what kind of content you are tuning into. Let's talk about the show, or rather its intent. I'll typically sort of always start off with the word of the day, which helps set the tone for the theme or the topic. So I guess, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Drum roll, please. Yes, the word of the day is Prelude. I've already posted this on my Instagram with the quick introduction of myself into the land of entrepreneurship. Head over there and check it out. It's the very first post. Can't miss it. I chose this as a theme because it is the first act that sets the stage for an amazing performance, or in this case, podcast. So, we're going to talk about an amalgamation of topics that take us from the BAU, which the business as usual, to some of the tougher topics such as grief, trauma, anxiety, therapy, and just plain old I'm tired. Seeing as I am just another person like you, I figured we'll relate to each other in one way or another. For example, I like my house to be in order, and I get a bit out of sorts when things get out of place and I need to step away before I say something unnecessary. How about there are days where I just want to sit in my car, okay? I don't want to go into my house because I know my kids are going to come running right up to me about some beef they have in between each other, the drama at their schools, or homework, or play with me, or what's for dinner. Okay, that's not even scratching the surface, but you get my point. Here's another one. Anxiety. Goodness. For example, I am diagnosed with panic disorder and PTSD from my child abuse, but more so from the lack of support I had from those that were supposed to protect me. My parents and I were able to really hide that from my family for over 30 years. And just now, I'm letting it all out. But there are other forms of anxiety, which we'll talk about. There are so many stressors in our life that we really don't realize, or we do, but we just bottle them up and figure out, how to numb that pain. How about in-laws, marital communications? The evolution of friends we've had. That's a good one. Well, anyway, all of that is going to come on up and we'll talk about it. We'll pop the cork and let all of that bottled up emotion and expression come spraying out. I call it the shaken champagne effect. One thing I want to make clear. This is me speaking about my own life experiences, my personal conclusions and growth initiatives, because, he ain't finished with me yet. Any advice I happen to relay is not to diagnose or treat. You should use my vulnerability and the guests that we have on to take back control of your life and seek help through your healthcare provider first. What I do know is we need to break the generational curse of shame and silence. This podcast is to be a safe place for expression without judgment and much compassion and empathy involved in all of that. We can only do that by starting conversations. I do have some brave souls lined up to interview about the various topics, and we'll always try to keep it light no matter how deep we go, because there should be some relief after all of this. There is a silver lining. You're going to know that. We're going to see it all together. Okay? So how about we introduce your host? Me. Let's see here. I just give you a rundown of the basics as you tune in to each show. You'll get to know a little bit more here and there. You kind of put together the puzzle that is me, if you will. If I want to talk about my personality, I would say I'm an introvert when it comes to social settings and meeting new people. I'm drawn to certain energies that are warm and enjoy a laugh or two. However, in settings such as public speaking and facilitation, I appear as an extrovert. But don't be fooled. It's crazy, I know. But, I mean, you know what? I like talking. I like sharing things. Sometimes it's a little complicated, right? So we'll dig into that too. Don't worry. Career-wise. Aha. Well, I'm currently a full-time data professional, and let's just leave it as that. Because the world of IT is vast, and we pick our niches, just like all other professions. But now I'm moving on into writing, motivational, informational speaking, and life coaching. I've kind of lost a bit of passion in my data professional world. I honestly don't even feel like I ever had it. I just think I was really good. I was really good. And I still am. And you know what? It's a lot, but it's my passion, and this is what we do. We make the necessary moves to live our lives to the fullest, doing what we love. And right now, I'm going into my authorpreneurship. I think that's a word, or at least I think they're trying to make it one. Who knows? And I have a lot to offer as a life coach. We'll see a little bit more content on that. I'll throw a little bit of that in to a few different episodes that I have. I'm also launching a YouTube channel that'll be dedicated to life coaching lessons as I kind of move on into that atmosphere. So stay tuned, and I will again provide all those little plugs coming in at the end. Personally, well, lastly, and certainly not least, I'm a wife to my wonderful husband of 17 years. I know there are others out there that hit this like 30 and 40 and 50 year milestones, but Jeebus, it surely feels like we're there now. Nevertheless, congratulations to all the couples who have achieved those milestones. I have 3 beautiful children, which I consider to be my lifeline. 2 boys, 16 and 8, and a girl, 13. I also have a younger brother, a sister-in-law, niece and nephew, and then a whole host of first cousins, which feel like brothers and sisters as well. Now, of course, with the husband of 17 years, he is wonderful. There's been a lot of growth. There is still a lot of growth going on there, and we'll kind of uncover a little bit of that information in here as well. So this is more about all of us kind of sharing and relating to these similar stressors that we have in our life that kind of fatigue us throughout the day or throughout the week or throughout the years and what have you. And we kind of always feel like we're the only ones doing that. Now that the introductions are done, I'll tell you what, how about you stick with me for the first season and talk with me, right? I want to hear from you. Leave comments on posts for the episode that you like or anything. That would be incredibly awesome. Like, it just takes one of you guys to make a post about something and the conversation gets going. And that's what we're about, starting conversation. So follow me on Instagram at movingwithmeaning82 and connect with me on LinkedIn. My Facebook page, Moving with Meaning, just might be ready, but it doesn't hurt to start the followage. Links are in the episode description, so I want to give a shout out to my daughter because the name is all her. Love you, baby girl. That's it. I'm Krystal. Take it one step at a time. All moves have meaning. Check y'all later.